Good evening, fellow traders. This is Aiming for Trades here with an update on natural gas. Welcome. This is Saturday evening, and in this video, I want to share with you the new updates on natural gas and what I'm expecting to see happening in the coming few days. Guys, after this video, just at the end of this video, I want to tell you about one stock that I'm expecting between Monday and Tuesday. It could make a move of between 50% to 150%. Guys, you have to stay tuned on this video to the end to find out about this stock that I'm talking about. Guys, without wasting time, let's deep dive into natural gas and see what's happening in the short term and the long term. What is my expectation of this video? Thank you so much. If you're new, and if you've been with us for a while, welcome. As you can see, with natural gas, we're sitting at $3.21, guys, to the top or to the bottom. Guys, as you can see here, without wasting time, let's look at the charts here. You can see the print of the candles. As you all know, I use prints of candles. I use the support and resistance. Yeah, that's basically most of my trading is based on the patterns, candles, and supports. So look at over here, just check this out. Going to the top over here, we can see we did not have major red. In fact, we had more greens that would show up more often than the reds. Can you see that? And then we'll have some reds, but they will not be major, as you can see here. Like over here, we did get some red, but as soon as we hit the support, it just faded. We started printing some greens. Of course, we got a red here, and then we jumped a green, beautiful green, one tiny red, a beautiful green. And now what am I trying to get onto? Guys, this is what I want you to watch out for. This is the whole key about what I'm talking about. Now, this zone here, specifically this zone, if you look at over here, we had this area here after printing some major greens here, which went on to show us that we still have some major, basically, green momentum coming in, or buyers momentum coming in. We still have some buyers in the market, but as soon as we hit over here, obviously we needed to have a pullback. It sold out. We were shooting videos alerting you on what was happening. Hopefully you bought and took advantage of it, and then we tried to fall below this support line, but you can see right here we got a green that got swallowed, and then we went back to the top, which made me think that we were going to end up perhaps shooting until this zone. I wanted to buy from here because, you know, we survived this fall. We basically survived. We started printing some green, a red came, got destroyed. We went to the top with some greens, and it just looked like we could have touched over here and then would come back from there. Guys, I wanted to buy here. I'll be honest, I didn't get to buy right here, but you know, you can get everything. This is Aiming for Trades, and I want to tell you, this is not financial advice. Anything happens in the markets, I don't catch everything, but we mostly, I would say 75% to 80% always accurate. So if you are trading, always make sure you're setting stop losses, you know where you're taking profits from. Because if I bought right here, I would have set my stop loss somewhere around here, and then I would have just taken the whole move to the downside. You can check the previous video. That was my setup. I wanted to ride it all the way to the down here, and it would have been like a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 move. Guys, if I ate that move, I'm telling you, that's a beautiful move with a very, very small risk. 1 to 3, beautiful, guys. So we turned from here, it became our resistance zone. This is not, you know, it's not a big deal. We lost that one, but where we're sitting right now, we can see we printed a red, one major red, second major unexpected red. We're sitting on our 50 EMA. We just above this support zone and above this trend line. So what comes next? Guys, as you can see, I already put a drawing of what I'm expecting to happen next. Now the tricky part about this is, which is so beautiful, is you just don't know what's going to happen next because there is no condition. Usually I look for patterns, I look for candle formations around this zone to tell you what might be happening next, based on what is happening in this whole move coming down. But as we stand right now, there isn't anything that I could find that I could base on to call for the direction of what comes next. So it leads me to tell you that it could go either way to here, or it could fall down here. But personally, because as I said, I like capturing moves at the exact point that allows me to eat more than 1-to-1. I don't just want to eat a tiny margin when I'm risking a tiny margin. I want to eat a big margin and risk a tiny margin. So which leads me to tell you that if I'm buying, I definitely would want to buy it on this support line. The best position I would want to capture it is somewhere around here. Perhaps if it was to touch around here, and then I would probably set my stop loss here. But if it's coming back down towards here, I'm buying from here and I'm setting my stop loss somewhere around here. So it will be at this area here, stop loss here. But if I'm riding it, I'm riding it all the way to this top here. Do you see what I mean? Look at the distance from here to here. Basically, I'm eating maybe 1:2 or 1:1. So whichever condition we're talking about, I'm going to eat more than I'm risking. That's my whole game plan. That's how I survive. I always want to make sure that I eat more than I am risking to lose. So without wasting time, let's look at the next move. So I am expecting a move that could probably touch here. That's what I would want. And then if it shoots to the top, I do expect that we should see some kind of faking out towards the top. Now this is the beauty of what I'm doing right now. My overall expectation, I do expect a short-term pullback coming anytime from now on. And as you know, the markets, they like to trick people to believing that they are flying to the top when there is actually a move coming towards the downside. Unless if we had some kind of major news that comes and it just throws everything off. But technically, this is what should be happening. We could probably get some kind of fake out, towards the top, and then we would just come back in, perhaps bounce, and then go towards the downside. Or we could just fall here and then bounce, and then go towards the downside. Now to the downside, this is a short-term move that I'm expecting, and the overall long-term move is that I'm expecting to go towards the top between especially June and July, maybe half of August. Yeah, basically within the next 1 month to 1.5 to 2 months, I do expect that we should see a lot of strength in natural gas. We do see that there is a forecast basically of very strong summer heat coming, and that natural gas is going to be used for cooling down the houses. And as usual, we all know, weather conditions is what natural gas follows. And yeah, I do expect something like that to happen. So that's what I'm seeing happening. Natural gas on Monday, we could see up, down, up or down. And if it comes here, I'm buying to here. It could go to all the way to here. I'll probably set a bit of a stop loss just in case. And then if it continues or knocks me out, that's it. I'll take my profit. But if it doesn't kick me out and breaks out to the top, I'll probably want to sell when it gets somewhere here. But I like riding with some stop losses. I'll probably even leave a stop loss and see how far it goes. But once I break through here, my stop loss will just do the rest. I will just sit and chill as it continues. I will just follow it with my stop loss, just locking in as much profit as I can. Then if it comes to the downside, I'm most likely, if it does touch here, I will buy again to the downside, because I don't see why it should go towards the top right now. Eventually it will go towards far top, but I will go basically towards the downside. And the next time I buy, I'll buy probably around here, setting my stop loss, expecting that if there is a chance of falling, a higher chance of going towards the downside, there could happen a little bounce. And if I do buy here and then it knocks me out here, I'm taking my profit at this zone and then dropping out again, as you know, out of here, and taking a short position with condition, a good condition that allows me to jump in again if I see it turning towards the downside. Now this is what I'm seeing on natural gas. You know, short term we should be going down a little bit before we go back to the top side, because we've been stretching towards the top side for some few days, and you know, short term to the downside, long term to the top. Now let's jump into the other small stock that I'm expecting to have a massive move within the coming few days, basically on Monday or Tuesday. This is what I'm watching for. The stock is called ASTC. Guys, keep it on your radar. It's called ASTC. Why am I saying that? That stock blew up on, I think it was on Monday, and it really made a really huge move, and I'm expecting it to break towards the top. Guys, this stock has been just on fire, and I'm expecting it to move. Just check it out. I'm buying at 29 and I'll be selling at perhaps 60 or 70. I'll write it with a stop loss going towards the top. Let me know what you think. It's called ASTC. That's the ticker symbol, and that stock I'm buying at 29, going towards basically around 60 or $70, guys. That's just me. I want you guys to be really careful. Let me know in the comment section if you really want me to post it, show you everything that I will be doing with that stock. This is Aiming for Trades, guys. I do appreciate you guys. We're about to hit 100 subscribers, guys. This is amazing, and I do appreciate you guys. You guys, you know, you're so amazing. I'll do the best to keep giving you the best of what I can come up with. As you know, S&P 500, we just killed it. I shot videos before it crashed, and now look at where we are. Bitcoin, I made 45% on a move towards the downside. I sold just like 2 days ago. Things have been just amazing, guys. Let's stay together. Let's keep trading these markets together. Aiming for Trades here. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you